What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another Assassin's Creed Valhalla guide. Today I wanted to very quickly, again this is going to be very quick, I wanted to go over all of these skills that you have available. I have unlocked them all, so I wanted to share all of the unique ones that you can have, so that way if you guys are just starting out or maybe you haven't unlocked them all yet, you can see which skills you want to progress towards and potentially get, and then you can kind of go ahead and prioritize where you want to put your skill points from there. So before we get started, there is a little red subscribe button that should be below this video. If you could tap that for me, we have a big goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I would very much appreciate that, and if you do, welcome to the channel. Now again, I did mention this is going to be very brief and very quick. I just want to be able to show you guys what skills are there, so that way you guys again can assess which ones you want to go after. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is you have red, yellow, and blue. So I'll start with blue, go to yellow, and then go to red, and then I'll show you guys and I'll read you guys all of these skills. So starting with the blue, you have stealth recon, which automatically highlights enemies when crouched and undetected. Then you also have emergency aim, which holding whatever button will snap your aim to an enemy as they detect you, giving an opportunity to kill them and remain undetected. So if you're looking for where somebody's shooting you from, you can go ahead and use that. You also have sprint attack, so press whatever button while sprinting to do a sprint attack, which I find pretty useful. And then you also have bow to melee link. Alternating between bow and melee attacks deals extra damage for a short amount of time. Moving on up here to hunter bow combo, you have release your arrow as you finish drawing it to make the next one draw faster. So if you want to go with a ranged build, that might be helpful. You also have arrow reinforcement. With this skill, loosed arrows will never break and may be collected from fallen enemies. So again, another helpful skill if you're going mainly range. So you also have stealth adrenaline. So while in stealth, gain adrenaline by looting a chest or pickpocketing in a restricted area. Then we have bow stun finisher, so press R when aiming at a stunned enemy's head to trigger a bow stun finisher. Lots of bow stuff in blue. Charge shot, so fire 2 fully charged arrows by pressing R with the hunter bow. The attack can't be cancelled. And then you have grit, which is a good one. Regain the red portion of your health bar when landing successful melee hits on the enemy. Battleground bolt is another good one. Press whatever button to pick up the nearest discarded weapon and automatically throw it at an enemy in sight. That will usually kill another enemy, so definitely a good one to have, especially in a raid. You also have last chance healing, so when your health reaches a critical state in conflict, everything around you will appear to move slower, giving you time to heal and flee. This would be a good one to pick up if you're just starting out, getting used to the combat, etc. You can see it's all the way down here. Moving on from this, you have adrenaline upgrade, which of course is going to be important, and then I believe that is all of the blue. Moving on to yellow, we have backstab. Again, this is the middle. Backstab, which landing a blow directly on an enemy's back will inflict increased defense damage and cause them to stagger. Moving down a little bit, you have advanced assassination, another good one. You can basically assassinate a high value target, so that's a good one to pick up and have, especially if you're on a higher difficulty. Moving down, we have breakfall, so Eivor automatically performs a roll when landing from a dangerous height, reducing the amount of damage taken. Then we have missile reversal, so send it right back at him. Catch and throw back virtually any projectile to its sender by pressing whatever button just before it hits you. Moving over a little bit, again just trying to show you centers here. Moving down to here, you have auto loot, so loot an enemy automatically after a melee kill or a stealth takedown. We have chain assassination. After performing a successful assassination, throw an axe at a second NPC standing in close proximity. This is definitely a good one that you want to pick up and make sure that you have, just so that way you can basically do 2 assassinations kind of in one movement. You have an adrenaline upgrade down here, and then you also have guided arrow. So your mastery with the predator bow allows you to perform unbelievable feats of accuracy, pressing R to adjust the arrow's trajectory as it flies. So that's a pretty cool one, again, if you're doing a more of a ranged build. Assassin's cantrip, so following a successful parry, quickly press F to throw a smoke bomb at your feet and then disappear. Kind of on some ninja stuff right there. Explosive corpse, so booby trap a body to damage anyone who investigates it. That's a good one if you're trying to be really stealthy. We also have miasma. Enemies who die from one of your poison attacks will release a toxic cloud around them, infecting those who enter. That's definitely going to be a good one. Deliver some AoE damage. Maybe if you're on a raid, lots of enemies, you can definitely have that. Predator bow combo, consecutive headshots with a predator bow deal extra damage. I've seen a lot of people that use this quite a bit. Definitely a good skill. And then last but not least, we have counter roll. So dodge towards an enemy's rune attack just before it lands to vault directly behind them. This would be definitely good with a dagger, so that way you have close range, and then you can basically just continuously stab them, and then, you know, they'll constantly stagger all the time, and you can take a big chunk of their health away pretty fast. So just want to make sure that's the last one that we have here, and it is. All right, moving up to reds. So for the first red, you have stomp. When an enemy falls to the ground, press R to stomp on their face. I mean, I don't know how useful that is, but okay. You have dual swap. When dual wielding, hold, you know, those whatever buttons for your platform to swap weapon hands. We have an adrenaline shot all the way up here. Again, trying to center where the center is, right here. Then we have Berserker's Medal, another good one. Fight with reckless abandon. A partially filled adrenaline slot will not be affected by an enemy's first strike. This is a good one for when you're fighting in melee and you definitely don't want to lose that adrenaline slot that's almost full, but it's not completely full, and then when they hit you, kind of goes away. That's definitely good for zealots and stuff. Moving over, you have heavy dual wield. This is another popular one, so you can dual wield heavy weapons, two-handed axes, two-handed swords. Definitely a good one that you want to try out. Light bow combo, so consecutive shots with a light bow deals extra damage. And we have terror. After a stun finisher, weak enemies nearby may cower in fear. Moving over, we have battlefield cremation. This is all the way at the top left. Enemies who perish from one of your fire attacks will continue to burn, dealing fire damage to enemies nearby. We have warrior takedown, so you can basically take an enemy down if they're unaware. Basically walk up behind them. It will alert all enemies around you, but will fill your adrenaline for every one of them. All the way at the tippy top, we have Sprint Bash. Unlocks the ability to bash through breakable objects and push NPCs to the ground while sprinting. That's definitely a good one for raids if you're just trying to go and get the treasure. Arrow volley, so discharge all loaded arrows at once by holding and releasing R with a light bow. Each volley of arrows has a stamina cost. Moving down from that a little bit, we have another adrenaline, not an adrenaline shot, but adrenaline fiend. So when one or more adrenaline slots are filled, you gain a damage boost and attack speed boost. This effect augments with each slot filled, so that's definitely a good one if you want to kind of keep an active damage buff on you while you fight. Moving down, we have parry damage, another one I would recommend. Successful parries also deal damage to the attacker. We definitely recommend that. And then I believe that's actually the last one for red. So yeah, we got through that pretty quick, but those are all of the abilities. So hopefully that does help you kind of decide which ones you definitely want to prioritize and go after. You know, you only have so many points in the beginning and you can kind of spend them where you want. And I know for me, I didn't really know which skills were available, which ones I wanted to go after, etc. So hopefully this video does help you guys and it doesn't cause as much confusion. I will do another video going over which skills I definitely recommend that you should have no matter what. So be on the lookout for that video. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to tap that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.